hello. We got the cherry blossoms going everywhere today. Oh, good. That definitely won't be distracting. No, definitely not. Alright, let's see. Let's see how today goes. I can tell you how I want today to go, but I cannot guarantee. All I know is that I'm here. It's early enough. Should be fine. Hopefully. But again, I don't know. I think, like, statistically speaking, yeah, there's a better chance that I would be okay today. But there's also, you know, a decent chance that I'm not. So let's just find Joan, get the price, and figure out what we're working with today. Because that is the most important part. Okay, she's in a really good acre again to begin with. She did this last week. It was quite annoying. I could bring extra money here, but that could also cause problems. So, I don't know. Maybe I just bring 150 and then I have what's in my... Yeah, let's just go with that. Shall we? Alright. I got lots on me right now, which is definitely not going to complicate things at all. No, definitely not. Alright, what's the price? Oh, okay. 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 Well, I'm not going to complain about that. We're talking, like, near max price, which is 192k per inventory. I should have that on me right now, which is nice. So, that's good. But yeah, like, this is, you know, a bit more than last week. Last week was 116k. It's 116 bells per turnip. Now it's 128, which is a difference of 18k per inventory. Which, I don't know. If I bought 36 inventories last week, and I didn't really need that many, then this week should be easier. 192k on the nose. Let's just say times 33. Yeah, that's 6.3 mil. So, like, I bought 36 inventories last week. And that was 6.2 mil. And that was way more than necessary, probably. And then this week, if I bought 33, I would be like 6.3 mil, which is more than last week. So I don't know. I could get away with like 32, maybe. Which is 4 inventories fewer. And that would still be like 6.1 mil. But, like, I also have 100k worth of turnips in the Lost and Found, which I would have bought at a lower price, and I now, if it was to be a spike, would sell at a higher price. So, yeah, I don't know, it would be equivalent to, like, not a full inventory, but... Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, we're gonna buy, like, 30-ish. But we definitely don't need 36. We will be buying less. So I don't know. There's a reality where somehow I get this done before, like, noon. But not sure if it'll play out that way or not. So we'll just wait and see. Doesn't really matter too much. It's a really good price, so we can get what we need to faster than, you know, we would if it was a different price. So that's the important and nice part. Okay, so 192k per inventory. That right there is 180, and we still have 20, so we're good. Okay, so I think we can only buy like 10.7 inventories here, based off the money that I had in the acre, which I guess checks out. But I do have, you know, money in my letters as well, so we can buy at least 11 probably. I don't think we can do 12. Maybe there's a small chance we could do 12, but I don't think it's happening. Yeah, I am a bit bummed that, you know, this week didn't really pan out very well. Not much I can do about it, you know. I completely forgot about the raffle until it happened, which was just, you know, not like me. So that threw me off a little bit. And obviously, like, with raffles and store closures, you really can't tell what the price did. Like, based on the numbers, and I worked the numbers a bit, I can tell that the price decreased on Tuesday. But if a spike happens, it just seems like it overwrites the, you know, price for that day, but it still keeps that price in mind so it can calculate the rest of the week. So it really just seems like, hey, calculate what it would be, and then like, oh, is the spike happening today? Okay, then put the spike price. And then you're kind of just left with that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a little weird. Never really been able to figure that one out. I don't think I can, to be honest. Okay, that's all. Okay, I need one more. Where's she at? So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't work out, but you know, like, it can't always be that way. But hey, at least we have a really good price this week, so you know, I'll definitely have enough time to buy whatever is necessary. Again, the last spike that I profited from, I spent like 3.7 mil because I woke up a little bit later and the price was in the low 70s. So those two combined just did not mean that I was gonna buy enough. And there was, I don't know, if I had like woken up at my normal time with that price, maybe I would have bought enough and it would have been easier and like not as hard to like manage the money to make sure I get this in one more spike. Because that's the thing, right? Like if I had a bad price, chances are I'm not spending quite enough, and I'd have to like wait for another spike, which would be annoying. Although if it did play out that way, the last week would then be pretty easy. So as annoying as it would be to continually maybe have to show up on Sundays, at least it would be a low price. But here it's like, no, I still got to do like a full week, kind of. Not quite, though. Because obviously, like, I'm at 128 mil. If I was to go all out on this, we would be hitting something like 8.4, right? Maybe. See, if my last spike I got a price like this, I would have just gone crazy. And maybe it would have been almost enough to be done, or it would have been, like, just short, you know? So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's 3 inventories. That's probably 1/10 of what we have to do today. I don't know. I guess like today, it looks like it'll be pretty chill, right? Like max price in a situation like this, that's kind of. And then she's in a good acre. Like, okay. I don't know if that means that things are too easy, but maybe it won't be easy after this. Maybe I'll have to do a lot of running around. Don't know. We're gonna just see how it plays out. And just keep going. Wendell will be here tomorrow, so I guess I'll deal with him. And then, you know, check the price to see what's happening there, and yada yada yada. I don't know, like, if I have too much to talk about lately. I have Pokopia. See, I like Pokopia. I've had a pretty good time, but now that I'm at, like, the end, and there's the few things that I have to do, certain things just really bother me. There's a couple design choices that, like, I can't prove personally off the top of my head, or with my experience, but like from what I've seen, these are like a couple things that bother me. And I've mentioned one, it's the Dream Islands and the legendary beasts randomly being on them. And I think I mentioned this last week. I don't know if it was on Friday when I was selling or if it was when I was buying. But I was complaining because that like each Dream Island has specific materials on it, and like the early ones are kind of useless, and like you have like a surplus of a lot of that stuff, and like there's like if you aren't using that stuff, then there's no incentive to go to those ones rather than the other ones that have more valuable, you know, materials. So then you go to the other ones, and then you know, like I wanted a lot of Pokemetal, so I went to the Dragonite one, and that one doesn't have any of the legendary beasts. Apparently it has Mewtwo, but you find him as part of the story, so that doesn't really help me. So, like, it's annoying. And then, like, there's no hints as to, like, that actually being a thing. You just have to stumble across them, which in one aspect, yeah, I get it. But it's like, it's the one thing that they're doing in the game like that, and it's like, really? I mean, I don't know, it's pretty easy to explore Pallet Town and find the build kits for the legendary birds, and it's very easy for anyone who's played Pokemon, probably, assuming they played the earlier ones at least, to associate those buildings with the legendary birds. So, like, that's kind of obvious. And, like, once you build them, it's like, even if it's not obvious to you, as soon as you build them, they're there. So it's like, not an issue, it's not a problem. But the Dream Island thing, I'm very annoyed by that. Also, another aspect of the Dream Islands that I'm annoyed about. See, I recall when I first started playing that I would get a lot of habitat information from the Dream Islands, which would help, right? And like at this point, I've like looked at my items, I've tried putting like some of the items together, I've tried seeing if I'll get a trace from leaving some out. It's worked a little bit, but not a lot. You know, like I put some furniture sets out, and it did work for like some of them, which was good. And I was like, okay, cool. But a lot of the other stuff I put out, it wasn't there. Or there's one where it was like something for Alakazam, and I had Alakazam already, but there's another way to get him. And I had 2 of the 3 things together, but no trace showed up. So that was frustrating. So I don't really know what the deal with the traces is specifically. And that part is kind of frustrating. But anyway, with the Dream Islands, recently I've just been going to the volcanic one to try to look for Entei. And I was not getting like any habitat information. Like none of it would show up. Like you have to find the gold Pokeballs, and then sometimes they have habitats information, sometimes they have like Pokemetal or something. And I don't need the Pokemon for it. Just give me the habitat information, right? But it's kind of random, and like I don't know, I kept going to all these volcanic ones and they did not have any habitat info. I'm like, this is stupid. Why? And I don't know if it's just really bad luck on my part, but then I was thinking, I remember getting way more at the earlier ones, so maybe I'll go to one of the earlier ones. And like this has been my experience for at least a week, where like the volcanic one and the later ones are just not giving me the same quantity of the gold items. So then it's like, okay, let me go back to the Eevee one, which is the first one, which is where Suicune is, and I need to get Suicune. So like, let's do that, because that's a good idea. So I did that, and then like 2 days ago I got 1 habitat info, and then yesterday I got 3. And I was like, okay, this is the move. Because like, I don't know, I've tried to do like some quick searches just to see like what people say about getting traces, and yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like all these other people are talking about like, oh, I only need so and so. And it's like, how do you only need that? Like, are you like looking stuff up? Because if so, sure, I get it, but I feel like there's a couple posts that I found where it's people who are playing like me and we're trying not to look things up. But, you know, I got a couple more from like one when I loaded the game yesterday, and then yeah, I managed to get the 3 habitat infos. Now the funny thing is the 3 habitat informations that I got were all for like Pokemon that I already had. And then I looked at my numbers, and it's like really funny because I have 289 out of 300 registered in my Pokedex, which means that I only need 11 more. And then there's 22 habitats that I have to either discover or complete. Now one of them I have 2 of the 3, but they're all like, the last one is a variant, or form, rather. So that doesn't affect my number. So then that makes 21 that I still need to do. One is a fossil, which I know about, but it's also a trace showed up for it. It's like, oh, thanks. Give me a trace for the one that I actually know is a thing. That's super helpful. So yeah, one is a fossil. So then that means that there's 20 habitats that I have to figure out, and only 7 Pokemon that I need to get still. And sorry, I did not give those numbers out. I forgot one aspect. There's like the legendaries, right? So like I need to get Entei and Suicune, and then also Ho-Oh. So like that's 3. So that brings that 11 that I need down to 8. And then with the 1 fossil Pokemon that I can account for, and no only comes from that one thing, that brings it down to 7. So that says that there are 20 habitats, and there's 7 more Pokemon that I need across those 20 habitats. And based on the fact that yesterday I got 3 habitat infos that only gave me Pokemon I already had, there's going to be a lot more than that. I don't know what kind of order it's going to be in, you know, like for the next time I get habitat info. What I do know is that I have to just build them as soon as possible. Also, I feel like I have a lot of the items and recipes. Like, every day I go around and look for recipes and buy the ones in the store and all that. So, like, I feel like I'm getting to the point where I have a lot of the recipes, and I picked up a lot of the items, but, like, I don't know, it's so easy to miss just, like, one thing. Like, I was going around the Rocky Ridges the other day, and I picked up a square hedge outside the museum, and it was new, and I'm like, bro, I'm like 95 hours in, and I never picked up one of these things. And I feel like you're more likely to get a recipe for something if you've picked it up at any point in time. And I know it's not always true like that. I think sometimes you get recipes for things that you've never got. But also, I just think there's a higher... I think it depends. I think, like, if you get, like, the special, like... Oh, the water's going crazy. Like, tap, smash A to get something. I think maybe those give you, like, new things. Like, all the wallpapers. Because I do get wallpaper recipes. But also, I guess you can't pick those up in, like, normally, so that would make sense as to why you don't need those. But for, like, actual furniture, I feel like you need it before you get it. Because there's this, like, full-length mirror that I never picked up that's literally in the first area. But I used it, I think, for, like, a habitat without, like, moving it. But then I picked it up, like, way later or something. And then it's like, oh, now I got the recipe. So, it's just, like... You gotta pick everything up. And again, I'm not like going online or doing anything. I'm just trying to do everything within my game. So, it's okay. Like, at this point, it's like, alright, go to the Dream Island, look for a legendary, try to get habitat info, build what I can. Maybe if I feel like decorating, I do a little bit of, like, work. I did yesterday, you know, a little bit. Not, like, tons. Like, you know, I cleaned up some roads, cleaned up some buildings. I added, like, roof to the ones in the second area. I don't know. It's like, I don't want to go, like, super crazy doing decorating because, like, the areas are just kind of too big, in my opinion. But I do want to, like, do some. Like, I want them to look, like, better, but I don't want it to be, like, crazy. And I don't know. I don't have, like, a lot of ideas of what to do. And, like, for now, I'd probably just rather, like, complete the decks or something. Also, like, they did do an event with, like, 3 Pokemon, and I know there's another event coming up this month, so I assume that, like, I will play the game on and off as they, like, do events or something. And at that stage, it'll be pretty easy, and maybe I'll get inspired. Like, I just don't always feel like being creative, you know? It's just, it takes a lot. And if you've watched me stream New Horizons, you would know that about me. There are many streams where it's like, yeah, I want to finish my island, but I'm just not feeling it today. I would say that a lot. Like, a lot. Yeah, I do like the game. Well, there's also this one thing where I needed this boo in the box for, like, 2 habitats, and I did not know where to find it, and I found it in the 3rd area, like, after I'd already, like, got it. Also, it's, like, a relic. I didn't assess my relics because I was lazy, and then I got it, and I was like, oh, I should have done this ages ago, apparently. Yeah, there's one point where I was like, I needed a boo in the box for 2, and then I needed an arcade cabinet, and then I was like, I don't know where to get these things, and then I got, like, them from the relics. I think of all the large relics except, like, 1 or 2 at this point. Also, I still need that 1 fossil, and it's so annoying. Just, like, give me the 1 fossil, please. Anyway, so... Yeah, like, I'm doing... I am still making progress. Some days it's really slow and it hurts, and, you know, yesterday I felt like I made way more progress. Also, I discovered 1 habitat randomly. For Smear Guru, so that was cool. So, like, I'm up 4 habitats as of yesterday. So I just need to, you know, get some hints for the other ones. And again, like, I gotta go to the Dream Islands every day for the sake of the legendary beasts, and then look for those things. But, yeah. It's just a lot of, like, oh, let's look for the water, see if I can find some recipes. And then also, like, process waste paper into paper, because I need so much paper to craft everything. Also, yeah, I do want to, like, craft everything and have, like, a check mark next to everything, so I need to, like, get a lot of materials. At least a lot of certain ones. Like the wallpaper situation's messed up. You need so much paper. So much paper. I've done a little bit of RuneScape lately. So I went from 80 to 81, and now I'm just shy of 82 fishing, which is not, like, impressive or anything. But that's where I'm at, so that's cool. See, I, like, managed to get base 80s, and I was really happy with that. And for, like, the longest time, it was just like, alright, everything is, like, so high level compared to my rune crafting that, like, my tiers stuff every week just goes to rune crafting. But now I'm living in a reality where lots of my stats are just at 80. Well, not lots, but, like, more than before, you know? It's like, now it's like I had to worry about fishing, but now I got fishing. Actually, at one point, like, everything was competing again, but then I just, like, fished forever. And I've hit, like, 80 fish, and I'm like, alright, that'll last for a while. But now it's like my hunter, mining, rune crafting, my fishing was. I think my wood cutting might be close to there. Everything's all very close. Well, a lot are. Also, my crafting. I haven't done enough crafting lately, but I'm getting, like, pretty close to 99, so that's really cool, because then I'll have 2 99s. Also, my cooking's, like, almost 99, so I could have 3. So yeah, I did a little bit of RuneScape. Lots of Pokopia. Well, less than I have been. Again, I did like a couple days, maybe like at the beginning of the week, or like end of last weekend or something, where like I did a lot of like building and stuff. But after that, I was like, alright, I don't feel like doing that much. Like, I built some buildings, you know, I did some stuff, and I'm like, alright. Oh, today I built a building, because I want to, like, make a house, a big house for myself to, like, put all the storage stuff in. That's kind of... that's kind of what I'm thinking now. Because, like, before they're just kind of, like, out front. Like, I have this, like, right next to the Poke Center in the main area. I just keep adding chests, and it's, like, annoying and pretty bad. So I think I can do something a lot better. Cause like, yeah, it's like getting to the point where like, yeah, there's just lots of chests and like, it looks dumb. And like I could build like a Pokemart there or something and it would probably look nicer. And then like, if I need materials, it's like I just fast travel to the one house. Right, cause now it's like, oh, fast travel to an area. And then, like, run outside and then get it. But if I had it in the house, then it's like fast travel to the area, grab your stuff, you're good to go. So technically it's more efficient, and then it would make it cleaner and allow me to, like, put something in the place where all these chests are. So, I might work on that. Because, yeah, one day I just did, like, a total reorg for all the chests. But now it'd be annoying. It's like, I gotta, like, put the chest down and then go there with the items, so... It'll take a bit of work, but maybe I'll, like, slowly get some stuff done. I cleared space for another house, and then I'm just like, alright, let's just make that work. I still have to like test some games. I've tested some, but like I've just been pretty busy, so I haven't like had. It's been hard to like balance my time between other things. But yeah, I do have a couple more games that I need to test, and then we can get things a little bit more organized in here, which would be good. Ah, jump scare. I was like, what are we doing? I don't know, it's so spooky whenever the screen fades to black. I always get jump scared by that. Also, happy Easter. Hi, how's it going? So we still have a decent amount of money, but I feel like we only got one more inventory, or it might be wrong. Ooh, I gotta think about it. Actually, based off my math, there was only enough for 10.7 inventories, but I did have 62k in my wallet when I showed up here, so we might actually be able to buy 11 with just the money like that, and then maybe have enough left over for another one through the money in my letters. Although I think I don't know if I have 6 or 7 bags there. If I only have 6, then we might be a bit short. Going well. I'm just chilling and enjoying the good weather. Yeah, I mean, the weather here just changed. It's been very cold, and yesterday, like, what if we went to, like, 17 degrees? And I'm like, get out of here. It's too warm now. Give me, like, a solid 14, 15 degrees. I don't know. I'm weird with weather, so don't worry about that too much. We going big on turnips? Kinda. We're at the end, you know? One big spike, and I'm done. So like I bought it more than enough last Sunday, but then we just didn't see a spike this week. So we're trying again. With this price and like when I woke up, like I could, if things went well, I could buy as much as like, you know, 8.4 mil or something. I could probably like tie my record today, but I only need to buy around 6 mil, so we won't be going like big. Not as big as we could or normally would go, but yes, done for the post office model at least. Like there's still some items that I need apart from that, but in the turnip sense, like yeah, I'm very close. I know, it's kind of crazy. I was really hoping for it to happen last week, but, you know, it didn't happen. But, like, currently in the bank, we have almost 941 mil. So, you know, that there says, like, okay, close, just under 60 mil. And then we have, like, you know, 22 mil outside that we used for spending. Although I lost a little bit of that last week, so I'm going to kind of account for that, but not too much, because we've only lost, like, 600k. And then, yeah, so if you take that, it says that I need about like 37 mil, which is not much, you know, like some of my biggest weeks on a profit perspective is like 57 mil. So we need to make like 20 mil less than like, sorry, my biggest week I think is 58.4 mil. So we don't have to make nearly as much as that. Also, the price is like near max this week, which is really nice. So we probably only have to buy like 30 inventories or so, which isn't too much, you know, or too many. Definitely can deal with that. You got... Okay. Alright. Alright. I mean, what if, hey? What if? Well, it was like, you know, when... It's not quite the same, but similar vein. It's like I was playing this game. I'd started this game, and then New Horizons, you know, on my birthday, they were like, hey, what if we, like, made an update to New Horizons? That would be crazy, right? And then they did. I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. So I already had the birthday gift of that. If they added some sort of expansion pass to an offline console, they'd find a way, you know? As soon as you got your first badge and fire red on your modded 3DS, they ported it to the Switch. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They knew. They did that specifically to target you. I felt targeted, you know, with the New Horizons 3.0 update. Because, like, they dropped the trailer out of nowhere after just silence for years. On my birthday of all days. You can't tell me that's not targeted. Like, that's... I just don't know. They know my birthday. They know. I have to put that in to make my account. They know. It was planned. People could tell me that it's just a coincidence. I disagree. They did that. They're like, look at this freak. Look at this freak playing this game. That you shouldn't play this way. Yeah, like, this is our first acre. So Joan showed up here to begin with. Maybe we can get away... I think we can actually get away with 12 inventories. And if that's, like, the case, then we're already, like, pretty well into this. I could maybe... I know I already said this, but there's a chance I could be done before noon today. And that would be pretty cool. I think last week I finished around noon. But I also, like, spent some time moving turnips closer to the store, because it's like, I got time, I can do this now. I also have, like, plenty of time tomorrow to move them. Yeah, I know, before noon. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. They thought it couldn't be done. Oh, I should ask. So you said that they added Fire Red to the Switch just after you, like, actually played it on your 3DS. Are you still continuing on the 3DS, or did you just, like, I'm buying it on my Switch? I assume you're sticking with the 3DS, but I don't know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. At that point, you're like, nah. They have enough of your money already. I suppose that is true. I don't know. I guess, like, it's weird, because, like, everyone complains about the prices, but, like, most of the complaints are from, like, Americans, you know? And, like, for me, it's like, everyone's complaining, like, $20 for this game, and they didn't do anything, and And then I look at it, and it's, like, $30, I'm like, ooh. That's a bit much. But, not much I can do about that. I wish all of our prices were more equal, so that the complaints could be universal. Is that too much to ask for? That's just how it goes. Me, when I buy Pokopia, and it's $100, and then after tax it's $112. Yeah. But it's okay, I've played like 95 hours, so like, the ratio is all there, you know? And I don't know, I don't necessarily agree with the dollars to hours ratio. I agree to, like, a point, but there's some people that, like, take it way too far, you know? Like, if I'm spending, like... I don't know. It's very weird, you know? I don't know. There are so many hobbies out there that like you go and you could spend like $40 or $50 for like a 1 to 2 hour thing, but then you know it's like if you buy a console, you buy a game, you get way more like hours out of it than like an outing if you were to do some activity. But then people be like, oh, games are so expensive, and it's like I don't know, gaming's like relatively cheap compared to other hobbies or activities. So I don't know what people are talking about. Like, if you want to play a round of golf at like a non-golf course, like an executive course, that's like $40 at least. I'm sure maybe that's like somewhere around 3 hours. And then you'd also need like clubs, or you'd have to rent or something. I don't know. But like, I don't get it. I'm like, I don't know. I just think that like money is such a concept and is so relative to everyone, and that I don't know. It's like hard to have these conversations because like everybody values things differently. You're debating on getting Pokopia. Your wife might like it and play it too, so it'd be worth it. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed it so far. I've had a lot of fun with it. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, is this like the Pokemon Animal Crossing? I'm just like, no, it's Dragon Quest Builders, clearly, because that was the game I looked at and said, huh, this looks like it could be fun. I've had fun. I know that there's co-op in it. I know you can play like together. I haven't tested it out. I don't know exactly how it works, but nobody played Dragon Quest Builders. Oh, they had to have. They made a second one. Clearly, people had to have played it. They wouldn't make a sequel otherwise. But yeah, I think like if you have a Switch 2 and you play the game, you can like locally play multiplayer with someone else, and it will like game share to their Switch 1, and then they can play as their self on the Switch 1 off of your game on the Switch 2, something like that. So that could be cool, you know, in like a co-op setting. But yeah, I haven't tested it out, so I don't exactly know how it works. I can't remember. There's like different ways you can do it. Like, I think they could like just join your regular like town or save, but you could also like go to a dream island and make your own thing. Maybe just have like a world of your own to just build whatever. I don't know. At some point I think I'll try that out, but not there at this point. Too busy working on the actual stuff. Okay, I think that's it for this inventory. So that should be 12 inventories. It's a very good... I did it again. I said the wrong word. Me when I say acre into the inventory. Classic. Anyway, that's it for that acre. That's 12 inventories. It's not bad. I mean, it's pretty good, all things considered. Getting Joan in one of my quote-unquote good acres at the beginning is a bit of a risk, because I don't know how much money she's, you know, selling for, so therefore I don't know what the right amount of money to bring in is. Thankfully, I did bring in money today. I took a gamble on that, and it paid off, but it doesn't always work out that way. At some point, you need to clear up your desk. You still got the PS3 here, and then maybe you'll play more Switch 2. Yeah, that could happen. I'm like in the process of like moving things around and trying to get it set up better. Like, I have like an old console set up now, and I'm trying to like have it so a bunch of them are set up all at once, so I can just grab one and then pull it out and, you know, use it, which would be pretty cool and convenient. So I get it. You probably won't, but it could happen. Anything could happen. That's what I've come to learn after streaming this game for as long as I have. You never know. That fish was going absolutely crazy. Imagine I see Joan in this acre. I have not seen Joan in this acre for like months. That would be pretty cool. I don't know why she doesn't want to do that. You want to get your room set up like that? You got an HDMI switcher ready to hook up a few of your older consoles. Yeah, say one TV. Yeah, I got a couple like adapters. I don't know how good they are, but I have a couple adapters for some of the consoles, so I could do like HDMI and have switchers. Right now, I just have like all the component cables, like the RCA cables, and they're all like Velcro to each other. So I know which one's which, so I can just like, you know, easily just go boom 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 and then boom boom boom. So it's kind of a little bit of work, but it's way better than what I don't know. It could be way worse, I guess, is the right way to put it. It could be so much worse. But yeah, that works. That's cool. And it is getting better with time. There's just, I don't know, it's like there's so many different iterations of how things have been. So like, we're doing it this way. Because before I had most of the consoles like on a shelf here, but then I was like, oh, well, now we got these other shelves, so it makes more sense to put them there. And then they're at a TV. And that looks cool, and you could actually use them. And I keep buying games, and then it's like, oh, I gotta test this thing. And then it's not set up, and it's annoying, and it's like, if I have them set up, I can test things without having to be like, let me move the console, set it up, blah, blah, blah. I think that's part of the motivation. Because like some, it's like, oh, if I got a handheld game, it's so easy to test. I'm so happy. You know, I just grab it, oh, great, done. Other ones, I'm like, ugh. But yeah, at least the components are in place, and the power is in place for some of them. Like, I have at least like 3 or 4, maybe 5 consoles now that like are all just hooked up and ready to go. But for the cables, it's like I only have the cables for 3, like the component cables, so I have to like swap them around a little bit, which is kind of funny. Get your Vita next to your bed, huh? Convenient. Okay, wow. So Joan is now in another good acre. This is either like a very bad omen, or this is like literal peak. I don't know. You know, like we just bought 12 over here, and now we're gonna buy a bunch here. It's either like too easy, which like they're making it way too easy. Which I didn't drop the turnips yet. Oops. They're making it too easy, which worries me, you know? This is like we're gonna give you everything you need and then not give you a spike. You know? When it's too easy, I just assume that it's not good news. But this could be good news. I don't know. This seems crazy. Okay, you have your Vita next to your bed for like one Monster Hunter mission before bed because you only go to bed when you're dead tired. And I don't know, I guess those missions can take a little bit of time, right? I had some friends talk about like, oh, should we play Monster Hunter? And I was like, I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of time to get into. I don't know. 10 to 15 minutes usually for a mission? Okay. Is this start like pretty rough? Like, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that like you gotta grind a lot of the same mission at the beginning to like figure things out and like get set up. Early big monsters can take a while. Okay, so I guess it's like as you're figuring it out, it's like a bit of an ordeal. Okay, if I drop all this money in the acre, we'll be able to buy 12. And clearly 12 will be fine. And then I'll put some money in my letters just in case. 30 to 40 minutes for big monster until you're decently geared and figured out how to read their moves. Yeah, okay. I know you're a Monster Hunter fan. That's why I'm trying to have your opinion. Because I know you know your stuff. But I guess yeah, like if you're getting started and you don't know what you're doing and you just like wipe on a mission, then yeah, it could probably take a while. If you can get past low rank, you're usually pretty hooked. Yeah, I've had like slight interest in it over the years. But I never tried it, you know, so it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, maybe. But like, I always figured I would need friends to play it. But I want to know like what we're getting into, so I can So we can all be on the same page. But I think one of them is like a little hesitant because of the time investment. You've tried to get your wife into it multiple times. See, that reached to me like it didn't work. For this acre, I brought in 450k, and with everything that was here already, that should mean 12.3 inventories, so I should be good for 12 there, and then I have enough to do another one in my letters, assuming that it works out. And if that's the case, we can buy 13 here, and with the other 12, that'll put us at 25, which is probably already like close to 5 mil, so we'll actually be pretty close to none after this inventory, which is wild. If you're looking for a good one to start, you'd go with Rise. It's pretty easy and the movement's different from others, and it runs on older PCs and Switch 1, not crossplay though. Okay. I was actually going to ask after which one you'd recommend, because I know like the most recent one is the one that's got issues, right? And I don't remember which one that is. Yeah, I think it's on sale right now. Wild says issues. Okay. Yeah, I think like it's just like the most recent one, and that's Wilds, and then anything else is pretty good. Because yeah, Rise is 2022. It's on sale right now for like 12 bucks. Wait a second, it has DLC. Oh jeez, there's a lot of DLC. What the heck? What are they doing here? Generations Ultimate is your favorite, but it's old school Monster Hunter where you stop to drink your potions. Are you telling me it's the Dark Souls 2 of Monster Hunter? And if you haven't played Dark Souls 2 or the other Dark Souls games, that joke will not land, but I assure you it makes sense. It is. Okay. You see, I have a Dark Souls hot take, and I actually think that Dark Souls 2 is better than Dark Souls 3. I think Dark Souls 3 is the weakest Dark Souls game. I know that's a bit of a hot take sometimes. Around the wrong crowd, I might be held to trial. Generations Ultimate. But what's going on with Rise? So it's like I can buy the game for $12, and that's just the game. Okay, sorry. DLC for Rise, mostly cosmetic. The only important one is Sunbreak, which adds content. Okay. Wait, that's... What? That's crazy. Base Rise is just low rank and high rank. Sunbreak adds more monsters as well as Master Rank. Used to be called G rank. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. G rank sounds way crazier than Master Rank. That's actually a crazy sale though. Like, according to this, Sunbreak is normally $60 and it's $9 on sale right now. But then Monster Hunter Rise is $12, but then if you want to buy Rise and Sunbreak, it's okay. Sorry, it's $11.99 for just Rise, but then there's a bundle and you get Sunbreak and it's $12.79. It's 80 cents more, and you get like okay. I think that seems like a really good deal. Okay, and you say it's good, but yeah, G rank. You're like, oh yeah, you're like a G, you know, like I don't know. That seems like more prestigious. It has more like allure, mystery, versus master rank, which is just like more boring. And it's like I don't know. I guess it's lame because like you have like G and you're like, whoa, that's like iconic and like different and not just like standard verbiage. And then they're like, we're gonna make it basic sounding now. 240 hours in Rise. Okay. So, I mean, I'm pretty good at games. My friends can be kind of good at games sometimes. But you gotta get past low rank. But how does low rank go, you know? And I don't know. Normally my friends complain about playing games. Like if they beat a game and the game wants them to do like a new game plus, they complain because like, nah, I just played this. And I was like, I thought Monster Hunter involved like a lot of hunting the same monsters. So like are they gonna get bothered by that? Or like how do I manage them? Because like if I'm playing, I want them to commit to it because I want to like figure it out and go deep or whatever. It does. So if the fights aren't fun for them, it might be a hard sell. Yeah, okay. But are there like lots of like? I guess I'm trying to understand like how the beginning is because I've seen like maybe a couple streams from Monster Hunter way back when. But those aren't obviously the best indication of how it actually goes. But like to begin with, are you like really limited in like which monsters you can actually hunt, and you need to get better, or can you like kind of like deal with a couple and pick? Okay, it has a rank system for monsters, and if you beat the 1-star rank, you get an urgent quest to unlock rank 2. Each rank adds more monsters for you to choose from, so it throws weak ones at first and gets progressively more difficult. Okay, makes sense. Would you be able to give like an estimate? Like how long does it take to like... You said like... I don't know. I know Monster Hunter is the kind of game you can play forever, and you said like at first it was just like low rank and high rank before the DLC added the fake master rank. And you said if you get out of low rank, you get pretty hooked. But like, if there's only 2 ranks, does that take a long time? Like, what kind of numbers are we talking? Maybe like 4 to 8 hours for low rank, depending on struggle. Okay, well if I hard carry, that doesn't seem that bad. I don't know, people always make it seem like it's a bigger commitment than that, but that doesn't even seem like that bad. Like, I don't know, that's a couple like sessions to figure it out. Maybe. Depending on how long it is. I don't know, maybe I should try to push for it. I know there's like a whole like thing with different weapons in Monster Hunter. What like, do you have like a weapon you like to main? I don't actually know what all of them are, to be honest. I know that there's like the mean music-y bard like one or whatever. I don't know the names of the other ones. Charge blade or dual blades? I mean, dual blades sound cool. I like just based on that, I'm like, yeah, dual blades. That sounds like a good one. Are there like beginner friendly ones and like more advanced ones, or like recommended ones? Oh shoot, I made a mistake. I bought 10. What a fool. A lot of people go for longsword or sword and shield for their first. They're easier to understand. I think I want to go straight to dual blades. Is there like are you able to switch around really easily, or do you have to like play to like unlock? Like I think there's crafting in the game, right? I assume like you can start with one weapon and maybe you can like buy or craft the others. Yeah, you can swap at any time. Okay, I guess it's just a matter of having all the weapons. And then I guess you also have to like upgrade them or whatever. Or you use all the weapons and you upgrade all the weapons. And then you get hundreds of hours. And you start out with the basic version of all of them. Oh, is it like a version versus like upgrades? Like, you don't just, like, upgrade one, but you make, like, a better version of it, and it's, like a completely different equipable thing? Extensive weapon tree. Okay. I don't know, you're kind of selling me on it a little bit. Not gonna lie. I don't know, and that price is pretty good. There's multiple starter level weapons. Some you get and some you have to craft, and each weapon you can have a different element or type to it. But to progress each weapon down the tree, you gotta upgrade it with monster parts, which means lots of grinding because some parts are rare. See, I think that's the part that maybe they could get stuck at. But also, I guess, like, if you get to the point where it's, like, really easy, then you can just, like, grind out parts and it'll be, like, chill. Maybe. Yeah, it's I could tell. I don't know. See, like for me, it's like okay, we both play RuneScape. I think that's okay. Maybe if we were to like do a Venn diagram of like RuneScape and Monster Hunter, I feel like there's gotta be a significant overlap. There's gotta be enough where it's like, yeah, you gotta keep doing this for like hours, and then you can do this other thing, you know? And it's like, I think there's something to that. I can't believe I bought another 10 turnips. Oops. On your old school, your Iron Man group got you a dragon axe and now you have 86 woodcutting? Look at you go! That's so fun! Soon it'll be time for all the redwood trees. I don't know if that's actually recommended or not at any point. I know it's like the chill, like you just click and you're good to go one. Haven't got there yet. I mean, is woodcutting, like, not to question the skills you're leveling, but woodcutting is, like, unnecessary to be that high of a level as an Iron Man, right? Or is there something that, like, actually helps with? I mean, obviously you could max everything, but, like, I guess, like, as a priority as an Iron Man. You all both, okay. I guess that makes, yeah, okay. Cut the logs, fletch the logs, out the bows. I see it. I've helped bows back in the day. Probably low, but use it for fletching. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure there's other ways, but doesn't matter. I don't even have an Iron Man, so I can't comment. I've always thought about it, but I just feel like the time commitment at this point is like, I don't know. I mean, when I'm spending this much time doing turnips every week, yeah, you can understand why I'm like, you know, maybe an Iron Man isn't the move right now. Iron Man, when I could be buying turnips? Yeah, perish the thought. But yeah, I guess there's gotta be something. Something between RuneScape and Iron Hunt. Iron Hunt. Okay, wait a second. Monster Hunter Iron Man. Is that a thing? Can that be a thing? Iron Hunter. I might be onto something there. That slip could start something. Yeah, there's not really trading between characters, so you already are an Iron Man. Alright, see? That's just the base game mode. That's how they know. Wait. Didn't I make a mistake last inventory? Did I fix that? I don't remember fixing it. Okay, I guess I fixed it. Question mark. Big question mark. You can give other players some items, but it has to be below rarity 3, which is like dirt. It's used to give potions to other players. Okay, so like, are you telling me that like if you're okay, actually wait, hold on. How do drops work? Okay, completely unnecessary since there's an armor skill that lets your potions heal people around you. Yeah, okay. Good stuff. Okay, you said something about like grinding and like having to grind for like rare parts. Now, when rare parts drop, do people just like get the drops, or like do the drops go on the ground? Like, how's the loot? Is it like an instanced loot, or is it like shared loot, and then you take what you need? I'm just like picturing like you're grinding for something, and then the other guy gets the material you need, but then he can't give it to you. Carve them out of monsters, everything's instant. Also, after the hunt, they'll display everything you earned. Okay. No sharing, your buddy can absolutely get things you need with no way of handing them to you. It gets upsetting at times. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I saw the vision. I imagined it. I can imagine it'd be like hilarious on one end, but also terrible on the other. So that's peak. I guess like not that I have experience with it, but I imagine it's like if you're playing RuneScape and you just see like a clan message pop from someone who got like an item that you've been grinding for and you're like dry on. Best they can do is redo the quest and help you get faster kill times. Actually, that's what they should do. Not what they could do. That's what is deserved. I don't know, I've always, I know people like really like it and it gets hyped up. I'm like, maybe. I might try to see what kind of convincing I can do here. You wish Wilds ran better? Is it a performance issue or is it like a game design issue? Like, I don't actually know what the problem with Wilds is. Stutters a lot, really high CPU and GPU requirements. Okay. Yeah, in this day and age, that's a no-go. We got things in like an all-time high price. It still doesn't work nicely. Yeah, it's a bit of an issue. I'm like just shy. Okay, so there's still like at least 4 inventories there. Like, oh, you only need 3 mortgage payments to get the components to run one game. Also, it's not gonna run nicely. Actually, yeah, now that you said that, I remember seeing like a tweet or something about someone talking about like Monster Hunter footage and like it just being like a stuttery mess and like hard to work with. Yeah, that's disappointing. Because I guess like up until that point, the franchise had done pretty well, right? Like I feel like only that one had issues. I feel like none of the other ones have had like major complaints against them. Maybe one other one, but not like that big of a deal. Monster Hunter World might have had some issues when it came out, but that was the first time they came to PC. All right, we can give them that one. We can just say, all right, you got an excuse. First PC port, if they actually optimized it like you said and fixed it, then that's fine. You know, like better than like, hey, we released this game, also we're not gonna optimize it. Sorry. Completely different things. Okay, I don't actually know how many inventories I'm at. I assume I'm like around 20 purchased, considering I had 12 going in here, and then we'll be done. Will I be at like 25 by the time we're done this acre? And that really just leaves us like 5 or 6 inventories to go. So I do feel like we're gonna be done before noon. Because like, I don't know. I feel like most, well, not. I might have to do a couple more acres after this one, depending on where she ends up. Yeah, we'll wait and see. Rise one's on Switch, so you love it. They have one friend with a toaster PC that it can't run on. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Yeah, that's no fun. And sorry, you said no crossplay, or is that one does have crossplay? I can't remember. No crossplay, yeah, okay. Okay. Are your 290 hours on Switch or PC? Or like both? I guess that's also a valid question. Oh, shoot. You own Rhinus Sunbreak on both Switch and PC. 240 on just PC. Got like 14 on Switch. Okay. Yeah, I figured you'd have both. I don't know. I just had a feeling. You're that guy. Yeah, you kind of are. But that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, I'm gonna need like a 5-minute break. And then we'll continue with this acre, so I will be back shortly. Alright, I am back. Let's carefully grab these bags at the border here, so that there's no mishap. No mistakes. I guess we probably have 4 more inventories on the ground here. Risky bags, yeah. I don't know, I think I've only done it once where I like totally just accidentally like walk out of the acre. I think it's happened once, but it was like really embarrassing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've done this. In my controversial opinion, which is better, Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2? I'm gonna go Dark Souls 1. Something about it. I really like Dark Souls 1. I played Bloodborne first, and then I played Sekiro, and then after that I did Dark Souls 1, and then Dark Souls 2, and then I didn't have enough time to get to Dark Souls 3 before Elden Ring came out, so then I did Elden Ring, and then after Elden Ring I did Dark Souls 3. But yeah, I just think that like the world of Dark Souls 1, and like I didn't play it until more recently, like that's in the past, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, whatever. Like I didn't play it when it came out, but the sounds, I don't know, something about the sounds, like even though I didn't play it ages ago, they're just nostalgic. Something about like the menus, like the design, everything, I don't know, something about it's just like iconic, and I love that part. Also the world design is just like really good. You played through Dark Souls 1 to 3, then tried Bloodborne, got mad and didn't finish it. Yeah, see, Bloodborne's my favorite, honestly, and I'm very disappointed that we haven't had, like, anything. Like, I'm not asking for a remake, not asking for anything crazy. Just, like, give us a PS5 version, get us 60 FPS, so that we don't, like, drop to, like, 20 frames when we're just slaying the scholars in that one place. That's all I want. Just get us, like, better loading times. Please. You don't have a PS5? See, I'd also say get it on, like, PC, but I'm trying to be realistic here. And I just feel like that's never gonna happen at this point. It's like the one game everybody wants to, like, have brought to PC, and it's just like, no. I don't know why they're so opposed to it, but it's just, that's apparently just how things are. I don't know. Okay, you have a 2, 3, and 4. I guess I have like 2 to 5. But technically, I guess the 2 can play the 1, so that's fine. Okay, it's 11 o'clock officially. I don't know. I did take a little break. That break might mean that we're not going to hit noon or be done by noon, but sometime close to it. We've seen it run on emulators. It's true. Like, I think they've got the emulators they've come a long way, and yeah, it would do really well if they brought it to PC. So I feel like they're just, I don't know. There's got to be something that's preventing them from doing it, but nobody knows what. And like they keep, I don't know. When the whole thing with Blue Point came out, then people were speculating and throwing all sorts of stuff out there, but I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I really do like Bloodborne. I think the trick weapons are just really, really cool, honestly. Like, I mean, I know, like, in the other games, like, yeah, you can, you know, change if you're one-handing or two-handing, and that does offer different movesets sometimes, but, like, there's so much more spectacle and flair to the trick weapons. Not to mention the fact that you can actually transform as an attack. Like, I don't know. It's sick. I really want to, like, play more of it, to be honest. Like, I played all of them. I got, like, all this, like, the achievements in all of the games. And then I did a Soul Level 1 run of Dark Souls 1. I did a no death, no bonfire run in Dark Souls 2. Although that was a funny one. That one I did a lot of prep. I did it the funny way, where I grinded the rotten with, like, bonfire aesthetics. And then I, like, New Game Plus, and then I just, like, rushed to the shrine. Or the door of winter, whatever it's called. I can't remember. The gates of winter. There's a gate, and you have to get the 4 old souls. But if you have, like, soul memory, if you have, like, 100... If you have, like, 1,000,000 souls in your soul memory for that current run, you can just get through that gate anyway. So I just popped, like, 30 of these souls, and then I just was able to, like, storm through the second half of the game. So yeah, it was a little wacky. But it's like, yeah, what if you were, like, fully built and you just tried to roll New Game Plus? That's how it went. But yeah, I'd like to play more, like, Bloodborne, because, like, I've really just stuck with, like, the Hunter's Axe. Which, like, don't get me wrong, I love the Hunter's Axe, but I feel like there's so many other cool weapons, and I feel like I need to use those, too. Also, this house being here is annoying. It's taking up prime real estate. I think you ended the first one with a heavy pickaxe. I can't remember. That is pretty wacky, not gonna lie. I feel like not a lot of people can say that. I need one more. It hit like a truck. Good. As it should. Mind all the enemy ore? Yeah, you were just playing Monster Hunter in Dark Souls. You needed the pickaxe to make sure that you could rip all the components, materials, parts from the corpses. I get it. I get it. But yeah, I do want to go back to Bloodborne. I was just like, can we just get like I want it to go to PC. I want more people to play it. I want, like, to, you know, see more Bloodborne content out there. Or, like, at the very least, like, come on, just like a patch to make it run better on PS5. Like, just something. Because, like, surely that wouldn't be that hard to do. I don't know, maybe putting it on PC would be more work, but I feel like getting it on PlayStation 5, taking advantage of, like, the drive, like, improving load times. Because, like, the load times are pretty slow. Or at least sometimes they feel that way. Maybe if you get maybe if you get your consoles all set up, you'll play again on PS4. Maybe. Maybe if you do that, it'll finally happen. It's like, I have a couple friends, or at least one friend in particular. I'm like, yo, you gotta play Bloodborne. It's so good. And they're like, I want a remake. I want 60. I can't play 30 FPS. And I was like, no, but, like, you need to play it. As soon as you actually play it, they'll release something else. You were the one holding this up. 30 FPS, it is fine. I think, like, I don't know. I know there's some areas where it's not so fine. But I guess it's the load time, because, like, you have to go, like, I don't know. it's weird because like Dark Souls 1, you can level up at any bonfire. Dark Souls 3, same deal. Dark Souls 2, you have to go back to Majula and talk to the Emerald Herald. And then same kind of deal with Bloodborne. You gotta go back to the Hunter's Dream and talk to the doll to level up. And you can't do like anything. Like that's the thing. Like in Dark Souls 2, you can still rest at a bonfire and do things, but like you can't do anything else in like Bloodborne when you're at a lantern, can you? It's like you just light it and then you can warp back if you want. I don't know. I think that's like my thing. If it just ran a little bit better. Also, like, there's the one area in the, like, the scholars. I don't remember the name of the place, but, like, the sluggy dudes. I mean, there's, like, tons of them in, like, the lecture hall. And, like, that just destroys your frames, which is amusing to me, because I do go there with the intent of just, like, chunking my frames for fun. Because, of course I would. Yeah. I just think, like, for such an iconic game, it deserves to not be just stuck to the PS4. But I mean, it's still playable, for sure. See, that's my thinking. Sometimes it's fun to be like, wow, look how poorly this runs in this one specific area for no reason. It's great. Except I know the reason, and I take advantage of it. I'm like, let's see how many frames I can drop today. Let's get all of them together so I can get all of them in one swing. Just tank the FPS. That part amuses me. But I think 1 FPS gaming. I think for the rest of the game, like, it's not really a problem. I think it's more just like the load times because you have to go back to the dream if you want to like level up or do anything. That would be nicer. I guess if you could just level up anywhere, that'd be nice. Okay, so this should be the 12th inventory for this acre. And then after this, we'll be able to take out money from our letters, and we should be able to get one more for 13, and then we'll have 25. And again, 31 inventories is like 6.1 mil, which is probably adequate. It's probably more than adequate, to be honest. Actually, 192k times 25. Yeah, it's 4.8 mil, so we're not quite like... Again, there's multiple levels of money that we need to be good with this. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So I need like 5.3 mil, somewhere around there. That's enough money to pay off... Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I said it wrong. So if I spend 5.3 mil, that's enough money if I get a spike to max out my bank account, assuming I take all the money that I have outside and put that in the bank account as well. There's also all of the debts that I want to pay off for the other 3 characters in the town, and that amounts to 2.4 mil. So that needs like a little bit of money, not too much. And then I want to just have leftover cash for incidental purchases, you know, like Red shows up, let's get rid of that guy. The sale day lucky bags, which should cost casual millions. No, I just want to have a casual like 2 million. No. I don't know. I don't want to ever have to make money again in this game. So I want to overshoot slightly, but not to the point where it's excessive, you know? So I'm trying to think, like, what makes sense? Like, how much money do I need? Like, if I, you know, max out the bank account and then I make an extra 5 mil, then 2.4 mil goes towards paying off the debts, and I have, like, 2.6 for purchases. And, like, on average, if Red shows up, buying him out is usually about 25k. So, like, I probably wouldn't need that much money to deal with that. Because really, that's the only thing. Like, yes, there are the shirts that I need to buy still, but the shirts are pretty cheap, so that's not really a problem. And gyroids or whatever, and, like, there's really not much. It's really just Red and then the lucky bags on sale day, which cost, the cost is equivalent to the current year. So it's going to be, you know, 2,000 bells per bag. I can't remember how many bags there are. I feel like there's like 15 or something. So, I don't know. It's probably like 30 or 50k for that. Alright. So 11:14 should be at 25 inventories. I think 30 or 31 is the number we're looking for. So depending on where we end up next, it's possible that we can buy 5 or 6 inventories and be done, or we get a really bad acre and I gotta bring money and then we gotta look for another one. Either way, for 11:15, we got 45 minutes. I would assume that we'll be done before noon, which is nice. It's not too much work. I mean, we are almost at the 2-hour mark, but like we're at the 2-hour mark and like, yeah, there's a finish line in sight. It's not like, hey, we got 45 more minutes and I also want to buy for like another 30, 45 minutes on top of that if possible. Very different. But yeah, we're not setting records today. We're just trying to get it done. And again, who knows how this week's gonna go. Again, because like this week, there was a raffle. I don't know if there was a spike or no spike. And we had 2 spikes in a row before this week. So we're either looking at like a 2 spikes and then a bad, like none, no, you know, whatever, nothing happened kind of week. Or we're looking at 3 spikes in a row and then this is gonna be the 4th. So I don't know. I kind of hope that there wasn't a spike on Tuesday. But, I mean, I've seen 4 spikes in a row before, so... And I've seen 5 spikes in a row before, so... Shouldn't let that discourage me. And really, the only thing I can do is just keep buying until it actually works. And if it works out, great. I'll be happy. Because then, you know, that's one huge thing done and I don't have to worry about it. And I can get, like, 6 hours back every week. Or 4, whatever you want to call it. 4 to 6. 4 to 7, I don't know. I guess like if there's a week where I buy turnips and then I don't make money, there's no spike, then yeah, I can sell them quicker, and that's probably more around the 4-hour mark, depending on how it went. But I've spent more, and I got a spike, then yeah, it's like 6, almost 7. So just how it goes. But yeah, if we get this done, it'll be super cool. The Animal Crossing streams will definitely take a hit as a result. I'm obviously still going to stream every day, but the amount of time I'm spending in-game every week is going to be significantly lower. And that's just something that's unavoidable. There's only so much you can do in this game. And when all the money is accounted for, then like, yeah. So that's fine. Okay, I don't know about this. There's not many acres left for me to check. I feel like she's either gonna be in D5 again, which is actually annoying, or she's gonna be like in a good acre, which would be funny. Okay, couple keys there. I don't think she's here. I don't know. I have a feeling she's in D5, but if it's like a D5 to B5 to C5 thing, that's actually the craziest, absolute craziest thing we've ever seen. I mean, like, I feel like she has to be here. But where is she up top? Does she know? Like, what is happening? Yeah, his makeup, just the makeup jump scare. I can imagine that would do numbers. Did I check this acre? Where is she? Am I blind? I feel like I'm blind. I feel like I checked every acre. I don't think I missed any. So what did I do wrong? Unless I don't know. There's 2 I didn't check. There's 2 I didn't check. That would be this one and this one. Okay, never mind. She's not there. And I ran behind the museum. Okay, I don't know. I guess let's run it back. Clearly, I made a mistake. I hope I don't get jump scared here. Okay, I'm confused. I don't know. She must have been. I must have like just missed her in one of the acres. Wait, I didn't look at D5, did I? No, I skipped D5. Shoot. Alright. Run to D5. Nope, nope. She's down here. She must have just been behind the store. Awkward. I don't think I would usually miss her like that. Okay, if I grab a full inventory, it's enough for 2. So I guess we just do that. Yeah, I don't know. I want to make sure that I buy more than more than enough turnips, so that in case I made some sort of mistake at some point, I'm okay. I'm covering my bases, you know? Oh, at 26. I haven't opened up my paint map of the town yet to like track all my purchases. I'm keeping it all in my head. I think I can manage today. I don't know. Maybe it's simple enough that I can just do that at the end and there'll be no issues. Maybe. Who knows? Okay, that should be 26. This should be 27. Crazy start to the stream though, really. I wonder how much to like move today. Could move the turnips, but like the majority, there's a lot. There's almost half. 13 of them are in B5. There's no need to move those. Those are so close to the store. And then there's 12 in D5. These ones will get moved, obviously. And that's fine. But, like, I guess there won't be much to move in general, based on how this week's going. I feel like this inventory is nearly done. One more. Cool. Alright, let's go up into the evil acre. My least favorite acre. Don't want Joan showing up here. Let's see if we can find her on the way to the store. Save some time, maybe. Coming up to the 2-hour stream mark. I feel like we're doing okay. I mean, I did take a break and then things have slowed down, but the first bit was pretty good. It's gonna be a lot of fun depositing all this money at the end. That's all I'm gonna say right now. It's gonna be quite the time. Okay. Looks like she's not here unless she's like the bottom area of this side or whatever. I guess let me run into D5 first. Make sure that she's not. Did I check the police station? I want to say I didn't. I don't think I checked the police station this time. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's not get a repeat, please. Don't need an unnecessary slowdown like that. Okay, looks like she's not here. Let's go drop these. Okay, cool. Let's move on. I mean, if she showed up here, that would make things pretty easy. We obviously wouldn't buy everything from here. We'd stop, but looks like no. So we continue. I don't know. If I can buy enough from the last, like from one more acre, I'd be pretty happy. I'd rather not have to do another one, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter that much. 11:30, we still got plenty of time. Like, I'm not worried. Okay, she's here. Yeah, we can make this work. 900k. Do it. Okay, 900k divided by 192k is 4.68. I'm claiming that I have 27 because I just bought 2 and we were at 25, so 31. That would be 31. We could also do like 5. So if we do 192 times 31, that's 5.9 mil. Multiply that by 7, we're looking at 41.6 mil. I need somewhere at 30. Yeah, maybe I'll do one more. Your wife came over and you had to explain what you're doing because your PC doesn't have speakers, only headphones. Oh, which as you can see, this is like the I don't know, 60th week in no, the 70th week in a row. And I just buy virtual turnips to sell. Yeah, it's lunatic behavior. You have to remind her about the stack limits of the old games. Yeah, that's fair. You can't remember if her first one was this one or Wild World. Even when I went back to this, I did not remember that the stacks were 30k limit. I did not remember that. And if they weren't, it'd be like a game changer, you know? It'd be so much easier to do things. But, I don't know. What are you gonna do? It's a glorified N64 game. It would be so nice, though. I mean, as I've done these turnips for so long, I talked about, like, you know, if I could just change one aspect. There's multiple aspects, you know? Like, if you could buy more turnips at once, it'd be super easy. Like, you know, you could buy full inventory, drop it, and take, like, a fraction of the time. If you could if the bags were 99k instead, it'd be so much easier to have acres to be set up with money, and it'd be so much easier to move said money. And then when you're actually selling turnips during a spike, you could probably sell a full inventory at a time rather than 5, you know? Like, if it's a price like this, and you buy like 30 inventories, okay, congrats, you're tripling that. That's now 90 trips to the store. But if you had like the different bag size, yeah, you could probably just still get away with 30. So there's so many, like, even if you just change the one thing, it would save so much time overall. But whatever. What am I gonna do? Play the Animal Crossing Deluxe mod or whatever? No, I'm doing this the OG way. Suffering. It's part of the experience. Anyway, I think this would be the last acre then. If we buy 5 here, that should put us at 32. Play a better version? No, what would I complain about again? Exactly! Where's the challenge if you don't do it the original intended way? Okay, so if I do 32 inventories, that's 6.14. If I multiply that by 7, that's 43 million profit. Supposedly, I need 37.275. 000. So, you know, that's like a difference of like 5 or 6 mil. Okay, and then I also have about 100k worth of turnips in the lost and found. Because earlier this week when I had all the turnips out, one of my villagers moved out and another one moved in, and the new house happened to displace 9 turnips. So those are locked in, they won't expire. So I'd say 32 inventories. I think we have more than enough wiggle room in case I've made a mistake, and we should be good. Here's the thing though, like this acre is like right by the post office, so it's like almost not even worth moving the turnips here. Like basically almost all the turnips we bought this week aren't worth moving, which is kind of crazy. It really doesn't feel like it's been like over 2 hours. I don't know. Today's been a weird one, to be honest. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've like things are going pretty well, but then they also feel like really fast, and they also feel really slow. I'm trying to think. I guess like I'm at like 30 inventories now, and it's 11:40. So like if I switched to a new acre right now, I could probably buy another 12 or 13. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just thinking about like money and like if I'm like at a good pace or not today, you know? 'Cause it's like, yeah, if I switch to a good acre right now, I could buy like another 12. If I'm at 30, then yeah, we could hit like 42. My best is like 46. So if I bought like a couple more here, we could hit 44. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like we're at like a decent pace today, and I did take a break, so it's all good. Anyway, that should be three inventories, so this should be number 4, and then we'll buy one more at 5, and then I can leave and call it a day. Okay, it's getting a little awkward. Oh, shoot. Got one more. One more. I should have known. I did look at the money in my wallet, and I knew that was coming off. I should have. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, I guess I'm up here, so I might as well drop here. It's a little bit less crowded. More space, you can see. Okay. Let's drop a little bit more here. And there we are. Tons of money. That's enough. Cool. Alright, last one. See what happens. But yeah, I think we're done before noon, which is crazy, honestly. I wasn't expecting that. Well, I kind of was. Oh, I don't know if I was expecting it. I was hoping for it, I think. Not expecting it. Oh, oh, great. That was almost a mistake. Jeez. Alright. Guess I'll just run this one over. Okay, let me get a map open real quick. Okay, yeah, so it's 32. I just double checked, did all the math. So again, 32 times 192k is 6.14. Times that by 7, it's a profit of 43 mil. I'm pretty sure we're good. I'm not worried about today. Well, I'm not worried in the sense of I didn't spend enough, you know? It's more like, oh, we're gonna have it happen or not, right? Because if we do get a spike in the next week, then we're kind of set. That's like it, you know? I can max out my bank account, pay off the debts, and you know, ease off on playing so much every week. I mean, I'll obviously still be here every day, you know, until that's not necessary. Oops. But I feel like it'll be necessary for a while, you know? Because, like, I still need gyroids, and gyroids require rain, and rain needs to be checked for every day. So, like, until I get all the gyroids, I'm here every day. And I feel like the gyroids might be one of the last things I get, although it could be something else. But yeah, April 5th, you know, happy Easter. We can look for shirts in the store, like, at the end of May, so that's still, like, ages away. But yeah, I guess I'll move that one last inventory down by the Able sisters. So we're gonna have 4 inventories left over here. There's gonna be 13, well, 12 really, in B5. And Jones here, that's not bad. And then we'll have, I guess there's 4 in A5 right now. Here's this. We can talk to Tornor. And he won't give me anything, because he does not give you new things. Or just dropped a haiku like that. Crazy. Okay, so yeah, we're good, I guess. Wendell's gonna be here tomorrow, so I will deal with him so we can hopefully get another visitor sooner. Still desperate to have Gracie show up. It's been like 2 months at this point. Please come back, Gracie. I need you to question this small little hick town. Yeah, that's that. Hopefully she shows up soon, because like I still need 2 shirts from her. Gulliver, you know, he's still doing his thing. But yeah, okay, cool. So we bought 32 inventories. That's 6.1 mil. I think I need like 5.3 mil to be done. Also, I have some turnips left over, saved in the lost and found because of the villager moving in and out, that whole thing. So, and the losses from last week or this week, however you want to refer to it, were very minimal, right? We lost like 10% off of 6 mil, which is, you know, 600k. That's not that bad. So we're all good. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. I don't want to jinx it again by saying this, but this could be the last time I have to buy turnips. I said that last week, but I say that because I have to be a faithful narrator, not because I want to say it, because I feel like if I say it, I'm going to jinx myself. But anyway, we spent enough so that if we do get a spike this week, we're good. Or at least we should be good, unless I've really messed up the math. But that shouldn't be the case. So yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your Easter as well. Yeah, I mean, enjoy the weekend. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow. Got plenty of time tomorrow to figure things out if I need to do anything. And yeah, I will be a little nervous about tomorrow, that's for sure, because I'm going to be like, ooh, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things where until I like stream, I'm going to be like, I have no idea what's happening, but I need to know. Because like, I don't know. Again, Mondays are always the most stressful because there's the way I see it is 3 cases, right? Number 1, I have to sell because there's a spike. Great. Lots of time though. Number 2, I have to sell because it's decreasing. Bad. Number 3, I wait, you know? So in like 2 out of 3 scenarios, I'm selling. So Monday always seems like a big day to be prepared for. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be back tomorrow to check on the turnips, see how that goes, check on Wendell, deal with him so that we can get our next visitor on Wednesday, and we'll just see how the rest of the week goes. Really nothing else to comment on. We need the cherry blossom stuff to be over with so that we can get rain again, because we haven't seen rain in so long. But yeah, anyway, thanks again for hanging out. It's been good. I appreciate the Monster Hunter chat. I will hopefully do something with that, and I'll see you around. That's it. Take care. Bye.